It's now time for us to hear from our second PLC vendor today, and that is, of course, Siemens. And for that, I'm happy to hand over to our speaker. He's someone with over 20 years of experience in factory automation. His previous role included head of portfolio management for the TIA portal, shaping its strategic direction with a focus on ease of use. And his expertise lies in integrating robotics into automation and aiming for seamless human-machine collaboration. From Siemens, please welcome the head of business line Advanced Automation and Robotics, Jens Meckel. Welcome, Jens. Hi.
Hi.
Here you go.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm very happy to be here today, and I enjoyed yesterday as well with all these nice presentations I heard. Very interesting, and I'm happy to be the second PLC vendor. Make it easy for you is also Jens, but it will be a little bit different from what Schneider showed you today. I will give you an overview what we're doing in regards to robotics, because Siemens is not known as a robotic vendor and will not be a robotic vendor. That's that I can say from the beginning already. I'll give you a bit of an overview about the company, about where I am located, we are located, which are doing stuff with robotics, doing automation with robotics, integrating that, and then showing you some examples on our product range and also about new possibilities on integration. So saying that, that's basically digital industries. That's one of the three pillars, I would say, from Siemens, from the company, and it's separated in different business units, such as software, where in software you find also robotic parts in that, technomatics, X-technomatics, process simulate, plant simulation. They have a lot to do with robotics, and I think they're quite known to you as well. Then factory automation, where I'm located at. Factory automation is the business unit where you find our PLCs, S7-1500, S7-1200, the IPCs, and all this kind of automation-related topics, directly automation-related topics, HMI systems, etc. Then we have also a big business unit which handles all kinds of stuff, motion control-related topics, drives, motors, machine tool systems. Our C-numeric is located there, additive manufacturing now, and we have process automation as another business unit within that digital industries, and customer service. And of course, a lot of solution business, especially focusing on automotive. This is a very big vertical, but also other verticals like glass and process industry related verticals. So this is an overview about the company, and now I'm digging really deep into my business line, let's say. It's a very small business line within factory automation, and we're handling advanced automation and robotics. And our mission is really to make industrial robots smarter and easy to use as an integral part of Siemens technology. And when I'm saying Siemens technology, that is really meant with connecting to our SIMATIC, to the really well-known automation system. And here we see SRCI really as the bridge between the automation, between SIMATIC and robotics. And what our main focus is really tackling the OT customer. We heard a lot of IT integration changes happening there. Yes, there are a lot of changes, but out there's a huge operation and technology world. And this is what our aim is to address. And as Max said before, my background lays a lot in TIA portal, and there we have roughly around 200,000 customers using TIA Portal worldwide, and we have millions of machines out there running on TIA Portal based on Simatic. And that's why, for me, it's a natural step to see how can we leverage, and we together leverage that potential we have and make it available also for all the robotics users. And this is why I also stated here, integration and of course ease of use is the key. And ease of use for OT guys, it's TIA Portal. Is like or let's say an engineering environment what they're used to. That makes it easy for them also doing maintenance. If they come to a machine and there's a robot for machine tending installed, and they can use their standard HMI screen to also do some basic stuff for the robot, it makes life much easier for them. Therefore also we have the possibility with the robot library to program robots from within the TIA Portal using the SRCI interface. And there's no dedicated robot-specific training needed. And so this is an introduction to what are we doing there. And yes, we have offered different robotic solutions, let's say. We do not offer mechanics. So compared to Schneider, we do not offer mechanics. But, and I start from the right, we offer integration of CNC-controlled robots, but there we also need a mechanic manufacturer who supports or who gives us, like Alcotech, for example, who provides the mechanic. But then we can be very precise and really doing CNC-based robotics. Then we have the possibility to integrate the robot using our PLCs directly. This is also mainly for production machinery kind of use cases where you have one PLC who does also, who controls also the robot via the TCU, via Profinet protocol. These are also possibilities to control the robot directly, let's say, the drives of the robot. And what we are focusing here on is the integration of a robot system. Then we do not take out the robot controller or replace the robot controller, but use the existing robot controller and connect that robot controller via SRCI. So here we're very, very open. We can connect all robot manufacturers using SRCI interface, and this is really for us the ease of use for our OT guys. And that's why it's so important for us as Siemens to have the robot library, to have the possibility to do the programming, do the robot movement from within the TIA Portal, and then use the standard robot command interface to connect to the different robots and robot vendors. And we also increasing the amount of possibilities we have there. First of all, this is the general workflow is coming from the TIA Portal towards with the robot library. You have your predefined HMI screen, makes it also very easy for our customers to use that. And you have your program with the robot library, and then you connect via SRCI to the robot. And not only to the robot, but now we released in summer this year, we also released a simulator, which is connected and can be plugged into the SRCI interface. And then you can really use the robot simulator, simulate what you've done on the PLC, and you can connect to our virtual PLC, to the PLC simulation, PLC Sim Advanced, and then you can really test your program. Is it running? And you can really try that without the need of a dedicated simulator from a robot vendor. Because here you can connect that directly to the PLC Sim Advanced, making that easy. So that is regarding our, let's say, SRCI portfolio, around the SRCI portfolio. But we heard a lot of topics regarding AI-based robotics, and also we as Siemens do a lot of AI-related topics, and one is also in the field of robotics. And that comes close to what Ying-Wu showed before from MechMind. We were looking we do different kind of AI-based algorithms in data analytics, things like that, and I will show a system later on as well, but also in robotics. And in robotics, we were looking for a niche where we could really apply those generic AI algorithms. And as you showed before in your presentation, it's bin-to-bin each picking of unknown objects. This is a very hard task for robotics. But we have here a very good algorithm, and it's a product which is released, which you can deploy, and it provides you the pick coordinates. We will continue that within that kind of niche, and what we have currently in development is the so-called Pick AI Pro. We also pick unknown objects, so no training needed. But we'll also have the possibility to do conveyor induction and depalletizing kind of tasks. But this is what we do there is really something where we play in a niche with those kind of tools. So we do not want to disturb the whole market with Siemens coming up with a huge AI-based robotic portfolio. This is for dedicated use cases, and we're really focusing here on intralogistics. Apart from those topics which are based in my business line, we also came up as Siemens with an industrial edge ecosystem. And this is something I really want to show you because from my perspective, it's a huge possibility. If I remember yesterday's presentations about the need of ecosystems, the need of partnering, and the need of collaboration. With our industrial edge ecosystem, this is really what we offer to the market. And we want to make this, or the idea of this is to be very open. So we have customers on the right-hand side, like industrial manufacturers, industrial machine builders, OEMs, and the ecosystem consists of partners. We need application providers because we are not the experts in, for example, optimizing certain process variables of wood cutting machines or things like that. There are application providers and solution providers who have this kind of knowledge. And for them, we provide the environment, we provide the industrial edge platform to host those kind of applications, to do the marketplace, because it's not easy to install a marketplace in several countries. If you do the cloud-based, you have terms and conditions, it's a real pain. And it's great if somebody takes care on that. And we are the one doing that, and we really offer that to the market, to basically everybody on the market. Also on the device builder side, in order to get the system running, you need of course a device, because this is something which is not only cloud-based, but it's really running on the shop floor. And on the next slide, I will show you a basic idea how this is working. And device builders, we are also open. So, for example, we have a Weidmuller IPC, who is a certified edge device, and you can also choose to run your system on that. And this is how it looks like. It's a bit complex, the picture. I start from the very top. Just to give you an idea what this is about. On the cloud level, as I said, we have the marketplace. The customer can choose what kind of applications he wants to buy, licensing stuff. We have the Edge Hub, and we have the industrial edge management system. If you're running a production and you have like 100 PLCs down there, tons of robots, a lot of different machinery, then it's great if you have a central management of devices, of your application, and you have a nice user management and user rights. And this is also something which is quite needed in Europe, coming to the CRA with the regulations on cybersecurity. This is really something that makes it easy for you to take care of. And on the device level then, we have the actual edge devices where your applications can run on. So if you have an interesting robotic skill, interesting data accumulation topic, or when you want to gather data from your shop floor, you can use a physical edge device, you can use a virtual edge device which can run on a server down there, and then you can set up your apps on top of a data integration layer where you can access all the data which is around there. Can create Mendix-based apps, very easy to create, or your own apps using Python, for example. But the beauty of that is that we take care on that stuff here, and you can really focus on your application. Because what we figured is that it's not easy, especially for smaller companies or system integrators. They have a great idea and they have a great tool because they know how the process works and how to make the process better, but they don't have access to that marketplace. And if you think about the 200,000 users of TIA Portal, then you have quite access to a huge amount of people there. And this is something I just want to, even if it's not in my my own responsibility, but I think this is a great topic also for the integration of robotics into the automation and the rest of the automation, because data is crucial, and you need to have a way to get hold of that data or to apply AI algorithms later on, do some training, etc. And this is something you can really use for that. Get the data up. Maybe it stays here on your premise. You do not need to give it somewhere in the cloud. It can stay on your premise, but you have access to the data from your factory, shop floor, can do some retraining of your algorithms, and then send it back to your machinery. And not only to one, but maybe to 10 or to 20 or to 30, whatever you need to send it to. So this is, from my perspective, it's a great way to achieve that collaboration and to make your apps or apps from also smaller system integrators available to the whole automation audience, to many customers. And as an example, this is how it could look like if you apply it on the shop floor. So, of course, you have quality inspection topics. You can do predictive maintenance because you get the data from your machinery. So how many hours that was running already and things like that. And then you get it all centralized and then you can react on that. And for certain topics, for retraining data, you can also have this cloud connectivity. Very easy. Dashboarding, of course, from your whole factory or from more than one factory. And this combined, as I said, energy management, we had it before as well, and the training of AI algorithms, or writing your own low-code applications using Mendix. So this is something I really want to offer from us, because it's a bit a different approach as we were seen before, from my perspective as Siemens, because here our goal is to be really open. So it's not a Siemens black box as as we heard it yesterday, or in the, but it's really open. And this is important because we have no chance to make that only on our own. This will not fly. But if you make it together, I think this can really help everybody in our industry. So far, coming to your questions. That was what I wanted to tell you. And I just keep that picture on to get your mind a bit, numbling on that. And I'm very happy to discuss that further with you also outside in the breaks or during lunchtime.
Thank you very much, Jens. Questions? Here at the front. Yes.
Thank you for a very nice presentation. I was thinking in relation to these apps, it must be so that very often it's not just a piece of software which just does the job. It might require a camera or another sensor.
Yeah.
Is that a part of the ecosystem that you're building to bridge that somehow?
Yes, good question, Kasper. It's actually, we also will offer edge devices with GPU support. So we'll also be able to run neural networks on the actual edge device, and of course collect data, collect pictures, collect video streams, and send it up. And maybe compress it a little bit or do some data crunching before, so you do not have to send it all to the cloud. That's the idea. But there will be definitely coming out devices, edge devices with GPU support from NVIDIA.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Do we have any other questions? Then I have one. So Siemens is perceived to be, how do I say it, not very open, shall we say, towards other manufacturers, right? And with the industrial edge, there seems to be a shift happening here. Why is this shift taking place?
Yeah, that goes really in what the other presenters said before, in the days before. There will be not one single manufacturer who does it all. But we need that kind of collaboration between the industry and also within the industry. And also, we are also open to our competitors on that side. And I showed it with the example of the edge devices. We will also onboard other IPC vendors that they can use their edge devices. And we will make the system very open, because we believe that it's not Siemens who has the answer for everything, but it's us as an automation community who has the answer for our future. So that's why we make that really open. Yeah, that's it in short. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay then, I think we can wrap it up there. Jens, you'll also be available for questions later on. Wonderful, and we'll be hearing more from Siemens in the afternoon as well. So thank you again to Jens Meckel.